Hello and welcome back, my friends, to the 2024 Elder Scrolls Online Global Reveal. Starts in 3 minutes and it's a premiere video on YouTube, which means we can literally just watch this and pause when we want to talk about anything cool that happens. This is going to be, I think it's is it the 20? No, wait. It's going to be a big anniversary of the Elder Scrolls Online. I need to check what anniversary it is. Is it 10 years? I'm so old now, I don't even remember. Let's check. So I assume this DLC is going to be really big, and apparently they've got some big gameplay changes coming in the DLC from what we've heard with the leaks and stuff. Oh, they're adding overland difficulty? Potentially. We know that it's going to be based in Skingrad, in Cyrodiil, from the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. So that's going to be remastered in the Elder Scrolls Online, just like they did Leyawiin not too long ago. So I'm excited to revisit that location. Obviously, the Elder Scrolls Online took place way before the events of the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, during the Oblivion Crisis. Tell me what's your favorite Elder Scrolls game. I mean, I grew up playing Oblivion, but probably Skyrim, just because I keep revisiting it. And I feel like that was probably Bethesda at their peak, in terms of everything just came together so perfectly with the technology and the passion that they poured into it. Starts in 60 seconds. Very exciting. Thank you. And Bethesda also released the Elder Scrolls Castles, which is a mobile game. So I'm going to link that down below if you want to watch my first impressions of the gameplay of that. There's not a lot of gameplay out there because it's only released in certain countries, but if you're interested in it, you can check out my first impressions below. Obviously after the stream, unless you want to just not watch this live with me. I'll understand, don't worry. Let's pray for class changes. What class changes do you want? I don't think they'd do that. As in class swaps. I just have one of every class, basically. $60 seconds to go, and then there'll be another countdown. I'm excited for this one, though. I think it's going to be pretty unique, whatever they show us. It seems to be hyped up as something quite special. I enjoy watching these every year and just seeing kind of what comes out. Skyrim was indeed Bethesda at its peak. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people who worked on Skyrim have left the company now. So and Bethesda is also the studio is now massive. They've got over 400 people working on Starfield still, even though it's come out. And Elder Scrolls 6 is in full production, and there's hundreds of people working on that too. So it's a huge company now, and that changes the culture of how things work. And obviously, yeah, Xbox brought them too, so that also changes how things works too. Yeah, so the Arcanist class was a new class that released in the last expansion last year, which we did play through. Homerus Mora was in it. He was the main Daedric god, and he was played by Wes Johnson, who played every single NPC in the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Literally every single one. He played all of them, or even the females. Here we go. Let me unmute this. The YouTube premiere volume is always 10,000. We aren't getting any Shattered Space news for Starfield, no. They're updating the game every 6 weeks as their plan going forward. And we will be seeing new stuff from it. I reckon we're going to be starting with the Elder Scrolls Online trailer here, though, so let's see. This year needs to have some big changes. Yeah, I come back to it every year, but I never, stick to playing it the entire year. So, maybe I will this time. Who knows? Let's find out. Going straight in with the trailer, I reckon. Wait, is this another 10 minutes? Why would you do that? You actually baited me. Oh my god. Well. Oh.
Hello there, travelers, and welcome to my tavern, the Lucky Griffin. My name is Quincy, and I have the honor and privilege of welcoming you tonight to this year's Elder Scrolls Online 2024 Global Reveal. Thank you so much for joining us today.
He was there last time
now,
as well.
We do have a few moments before the actual show begins, so have something to eat. You can't expect to walk into a tavern and not be fed, you know. Now, I have something hearty or a light-filling treat for you to pick yourself back up from that last adventure if you'd like. Wonderful. I have a few things getting started in the kitchen back there, so let's see what we can cook up in the next few minutes, shall we?
ESO playing ESO, yeah. I had the name before them. Damn, that looks good. Are we making this? I've eaten before this stream, but I'm going to be even more hungry after watching this. Okay, we got some onions. That knife seems unnecessary. Why does he have such a range of knives for everything? I just have 2 knives. One chef knife, which is like ridiculously sharp. Okay, we got the carrots in there. He's preparing a full roast dinner. How many adventurers is he serving? Don't worry, the Elder Scrolls Reveal, if you're just joining us, is after this. Currently, we're just watching a cooking show. Those are shiitake mushrooms, I believe. Oh, damn, yes. Okay. I usually like my meat quite rare. Steak, obviously. But he's slow cooking, is he? With some bacon. Nice. I just bacon in the pan so it's nice and crispy. If you put that in a skillet as well, you get like the bacon taste coated on the steak, which is really nice. Oh, we got some stock as well. Beef stock, nice. And tomato paste. I'd put tomatoes in there. Minced garlic, okay. That better not be from a tube. Looks like it is. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's going to be so tender when that's ready. I went to go and see my wife's nan in Germany, and if you're German, you'll know about this. She makes like a ridiculous amount of goulash and then feeds it to me. And I was literally like 90% goulash after meeting her. It was insane. But it's very good. So, you know, if I could have taken some home, I would have. And you just leave that for a while, I guess. That looks good. Some mushrooms would be nice. They went in there. There's a jar in... It needs a jar in root. You absolute legend. My god. Unhinged. Now we'll just add a jar in root and serve it to the Emperor. Oh. How are you and your wife doing, mate? Oh, we're doing well. We're doing well. Thank you for asking, actually. I've had probably just the most crazy week this week. Another 8 minutes to go. That food looked good, though. I'm now hungry, and I have to sit here for another hour, so I'm quite outraged, actually. Yeah, we've had a ridiculously crazy week. I won't go into detail as to why, but it's just been bizarre. But, yeah, very crazy start to the year, I must say. Oh, they've got fan art. I always appreciate that the Elder Scrolls Online, you know, retweet stuff like this. It's always good to see. The Emperor's decoy, indeed. I'm going to sleep. Let me know what happens tomorrow. You can just watch the stream tomorrow. It'll still be there on YouTube. Oh, look at that. That's stunning. It reminds me of the Dragon Age Inquisition artwork. How they did that. You got to go and eat now. I'd love a lot more of the craft bag as a one-time purchase. Dude, the only reason you buy ESO Plus is for the craft bag. Like, without the craft bag, you just can't play the game, like, competitively, really. I'm sure there'll be some hardcore person who disagrees with me, but ultimately, like, me as a filthy casual who comes back once a year, does, like, the endgame content again, gets cool meta armor and weapons, jumps into PvP with some stuff, you know, and then play through the entire chapter that year. That's all I do every year, and I do that in like a couple of months, and then I'm like done with the game for that year, and I come back. And so I'm literally a filthy casual Elder Scrolls player, but I'm also like their target audience, to be honest. Like they probably care more about the casual players than most people. But the craft bag is, you just have to get ESO Plus because it's so worth it. And I think it's good because you get the premium currency for free as well. What are we making now? You see, I don't bake, so this is quite interesting. Making some kind of tartar. Would you watch if I did like a cooking video? I made some sweet rolls. Would you like that? Would anyone be interested? Watching me try to cook? Oh, you don't need more sugar into the berries. There's already enough sugar. Cornstarch is so good on chicken. Get that crispy chicken. Vanilla extract, lemon juice, nice. I do a mean sweet lemon chicken with the crispy chicken. It's very nice. Starts in 5 minutes, but I'm really enjoying this. I almost don't want it to stop. We could just sit here and comment this all night. If the berries are out of season, they can be tart and extra sugar is good. Ooh, that's really cool. I didn't think of that. Especially like, is it like salted caramel? You know, when you have like that savory and sweet sort of experience. That's interesting. This is so simple. I could make this. Damn, okay. Yeah. That looks good. I could just like whip that up, man. Usually you watch this kind of stuff and you're just like, I am so overwhelmed. I forgot the last 5 steps, but I reckon I could follow this like 2-minute tutorial. Also, sugar draws out the moisture, so it makes it syrupy and jammy. Ah. Rusty Shackleford, you are giving me the deep lore here. Oh, that looks good. You've done it again? I'm hungry. It's not good to eat late at night, and it's like 9 p.m. in the UK, and now I'm hungry again. I've got ice cream on top as well. That looks amazing. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah. This is making me very hungry.
Well, it certainly looks like you enjoyed that food, my friends. Thank
I
you
wish
so
I could
much
have
for
eaten
joining
it.
us today. I hope that the meals that we were able to provide keep you in the fight just a little bit longer. And
No, you gave me major
Tamriel,
food envy.
And I look very much forward to hearing of all of
You
your
do
epic
this to me
adventures and
every
quests.
year.
But my time is at an end right now. Thank you again for joining us today. Let's see what the future has in store in the Elder Scrolls Online 2024 Global Reveal.
Let's find out.
Now. Until next time, my friends, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and as always, be safe out there. Enjoy the show.
Here we go. 3 minutes, 33 seconds. So, the Elder Scrolls Online Castles is also out. I've given my first impressions on a video linked down below in the description if you guys are interested in checking that out. It's a new mobile game that Bethesda just shadow dropped the other day. Apparently it had been out for a little while. I'm just going to reduce the volume so we're not getting drowned out by the battle music there. Have you considered playing through the obscure Elder Scrolls game like Shadowkey and Battlespire? They're quite good in their own way. You know, that would be a good idea. I'd quite enjoy doing that. It's starting in 2 minutes 50 seconds. Oh, Cyrodiil artwork looks cool. He's got all the forts on it as well. Probably a PvP player. The last time I engaged in PvP in the Elder Scrolls Online, I made this like stealth archer build for the Nightblade, where you could literally just like proc all of your stuff at once and instantly kill the enemy from range. And they didn't have a chance in hell of fighting you if they were squishy, so they just instantly die. And it was hilarious. I think they call it ganking in the game, and it's absolutely hated, but it is hilariously fun to do. You know, you just sit in a corner and just be an absolute menace. Okay, now we have relaxing music. Thank you. That's better. Yeah, so you end up doing a cooking or baking show. Make sure no one steals your sweet rolls. Pretty sure someone will. Todd Howard will come around my house and steal them. We actually got robbed not a few days ago, but we're setting up the set, which was a hell of an experience. I can't wait for Skywind to drop. Oh, Skywind and Sky Oblivion. Yeah, me too, man. The stealth archer is OP in every game. Why is that man putting hairspray in the air there? It's Rich. There he is. Oh, look, there's a lost Nord there trying to find his way back to Riften. No, the Elder Scrolls 6 will be in Hammerfell. We discussed this. It's a minute to go. Oh my god, we're starting with the trailer. Here we go. This will be the full reveal, I think. Oh no. You baited me again. God damn. Mage build here. Oh, disgusting. You think they'll update the graphics? No, I don't think so. Not anytime soon. They have kind of updated some stuff, like with the lighting on console, but no, I just don't think it's their priority. I mean, it's aged well, but it's more about the story for me, I guess. Pete Hines broke in. He's retired now. Bless him. He had a good service. Tank builds are awesome, yes. Well done, sir. We're going to drop in with the trailer. I bet. I'm getting anxious with the sound of the countdown. Whoa. CGI.
Welcome everyone to the 2024 Elder Scrolls Online Global Reveal. Today, we'll share all of the details of our 2024 plans, including ESO's new chapter. But first, I'd like to take a moment to talk about what ESO means to all of us, here at ZeniMax Online, and to all of you. We built ESO as a virtual world centered around Elder Scrolls lore, where you can go anywhere, play in any style you want with endless customization, and have the freedom to roleplay as anyone you want.
It's true.
And also, to be a safe harbor from the often unpredictable and complex outside world. Just take a step back to the game's early days and see how much we've accomplished. From taking on Molag Bal with the help of Cadwell and Darian Gauthier, fighting other players to claim territory in Cyrodiil and the Ruby Throne and our amazing PvP system, slaying dragons in the sandy canyons of Elsewhere with Chimera and Abner
Sick
Tharn,
DLC.
fencing a fortune and stolen goods at your friendly neighborhood outlaw refuge, and so much more. We take you through all of the lands of Tamriel, filled with memorable characters who return again and again to provide companionship, humor, and drama. Our stories are among the best in the genre, and our content also includes game systems like companions, antiquities, tales of tribute, dungeons, PvP. The list goes on and on.
Did anyone
ESO,
play the card
you can
game?
pick and choose what fits your virtual life in Tamriel. And later this year, we'll hit an amazing and important milestone: 10 years in Tamriel.
10 years.
Our history, of course, goes back even farther to ZOS's founding in 2007, and many ESO developers have been with us for 15 years or more. I can't speak of the studio's history without acknowledging the profound impact that Robert Altman had on my life and that of everyone at ZOS. As CEO of ZeniMax Media, who passed away in 2021, Robert was a true champion of the game, and he was a friend and mentor to all of us. He is very much missed, but ZOS is stronger because of the foundation he helped build during our formative years. ESO's grown over the years to be 24 million players, including gamers from all over the world.
That's big.
Originally in English, French, and German, we now offer localization in Chinese, Japanese, Russian, and Spanish. And ESO developers now stretch from west coast of the USA through Austin, Texas, to our headquarters in Maryland, and eastward to Budapest, Hungary, where we recently opened ZeniMax Online Hungary. ESO is truly a global phenomenon. Everyone at ZOS considers the ESO community part of the family. It's not just a hashtag.
Wes Johnson.
That feeling of caring and connection begins in our studio, and I'm very proud to be part of it. Remember that ESO launched in April 2014, but that was just on PC. It launched on Xbox and PlayStation in June 2015. So, We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary over 15 months in 2024 and 2025. Expect community events around the globe. We announced the first of these already. It's in the Netherlands this coming spring. Thank you to everyone who signed up already. We'll have another large community event in 2025 in the Baltimore, Washington area of the USA to mark the 10th anniversary of ESO's console launch, and a few more events sprinkled between them. We will post information on all of our anniversary celebration plans on social media and ElderScrollsOnline.com. The team has prepared special 10-year anniversary rewards for many of our in-game events happening in 2024 and 2025. Some you can start earning right now. Stay tuned for details.
Oh, what's this?
We're eager to celebrate and to kick things off in earnest in just a few months. I can't wait to see all of you at the in-person events. And now it's time to look forward to 2024's new content. ESO's newest chapter features everything that makes ESO special, exploring a region of Tamriel well known to Elder Scrolls fans, telling an amazing story that goes deep into the lore of the region, and adding a new gameplay with a system called scribing, which allows players to customize some of their abilities. The chapter is called Gold Road, and it takes place on the borders of Cyrodiil, Gold Coast, and Valenwood. So let's start the show and see all the details with the global premiere of the 2024 ESO Gold Road trailer. Enjoy, and see you in Tamriel.
Dude. That artwork looks sick. It's the Daedric. Okay, that's pretty trippy. Free heroes. Very good for the 10-year anniversary. Reunited. Brought an umbrella. An Aelid staff. How does she get younger every year? I'm getting older. She looks better and better. So he's returning from the last chapter last year. Drop him. Useless. Well, I wish we could teleport. So this is the Aelid Druid. And he's about... Oh! Is this supposed to be the goddess of... Oh man, he's shambling that stuff. Yo, this cinematic hits hard though. Where are they now? What does it mean? So this is Skingrad. We last saw her in the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Many eons ago. Oh, dude. That looks dope.
What's up, everyone? You just saw the world premiere trailer for our upcoming chapter, The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road. I'm Gina Bruno, ESO Senior Community Manager, and today I'm joined by the Elder Scrolls Online's own creative director, Rich Lambert.
Hey everyone, I'm thrilled to be back again for this year's ESO Global Reveal, and boy do we have a lot of exciting things to share with you all. The team has been working super hard on 2024's new adventures and features, and it's going to be another amazing year for the Elder Scrolls Online.
Well, the truth is, the team's been working super hard for the past 16 years. And Rich, you and I have actually been here from the very beginning in 2007.
Damn.
It's wild looking back for sure. I remember the days of being able to fit the entire team into a minivan and all go out to lunch together. And a lot has changed since then, and now we're suddenly about to celebrate 10 years of being live, with 40+ major content updates and a community that literally spans the globe. It's amazing how much we've done, and it certainly doesn't feel like 16 years have passed already.
And now that we're looking ahead to what's coming in 2024, why don't you start us off with an overview about this year's adventure and story?
Last year, we saw players explore the Talvani Peninsula and Apocrypha zones, and delved into a story surrounding the Prince of Knowledge, Hermaeus Mora, and master the magics of the Arcanist class. This year, we're inviting players to venture into a Colovian region known as the West Weald. And this region spans the western borders of Cyrodiil to the north and the eastern tip of Valenwood, and many Elder Scrolls players will probably recognize this location from Test 4 Oblivion.
Yes.
In our time, a dense jungle has suddenly appeared overnight along the Valenwood border, and the whole region is suffering from a rise in attacks from a mysterious new kind of Daedra.
So the new zone will be familiar for those of you who played Oblivion, but there's something big going on behind the scenes that's causing all this chaos.
We're doing something we've never done before in ESO, and we're introducing a whole new Daedric Prince.
That is a really big deal.
It is, and we are really excited about it. The Gold Road storyline focuses on the return of a forgotten prince named Athelia, and it was great to be able to work with BGS to bring our vision for this new power to life, and we think folks are going to love what we've created.
That's
in last year's Necrom chapter, we dropped a major cliffhanger. Mysterious forces discovered the existence of this forgotten Daedric prince, Athelia. In Gold Road, you'll discover that prince is now free, with dire consequences for all of Tamriel. I don't want to go into too much detail yet, because we'll be diving deeper into the story shortly, but this is really big, and we are very excited to see how our community reacts as they learn more about Athelia and her allies.
All right, so we have a new zone and a story about the return of a long-lost Daedric prince. But there's something else arriving with the Gold Road chapter that Matt touched on that our players have been asking about for a long time, and that's scribing.
Yes, and this is definitely something that the community's been asking about for years at this point. This chapter's big new system, scribing, is a way for players to customize their character builds. It's our take on a precursor to the spellcrafting systems from previous Elder Scrolls games, with some tweaks to balance to ensure that it works with our game's combat.
So why don't you talk a little bit about how this system works? What does it actually allow players to do?
ESO is
With scribing, players tap into the fundamental elements of magic by unlocking special skills that they can then customize in many different ways. You'll be able to change things like the way a skill interacts with the world, its unique effects, and more. There's also many ways to customize these unique abilities, allowing players to further tailor their builds to their unique needs.
Let's go.
We'll go into a lot more detail on scribing a little bit later, and we'll have a lot more info throughout the year, but we're very excited about this system, and it's really another way players can truly play the way they want to play.
Well, we clearly have a lot to cover throughout the show, so let's dig in. In the past, we've told stories that feature Daedric princes, emperors and tyrants, heroes, and all sorts of legendary monsters. Since our launch in 2014, we've continued to add to ESO's legacy with new stories that build upon and even add to Elder Scrolls lore in all new ways. And this year's tale is no exception. So let's kick things off with the lead for this zone, Ed Stark, who is going to share more about the new chapter's main storyline, including the Forgotten Prince.
The Forgotten Prince. I don't know if I like it. Like when people just oh, we found this long lost forgotten Daedric prince, but it doesn't actually I need to play it and understand if that really fits into the lore and how that works, because we're talking about a lot of history with the Elder Scrolls. When I interviewed Ted Peterson, we discussed like the Daedric princes, and some of the names are even based on people who originally worked on the game. And yeah, no, it's very I don't. That's going to be really interesting how they've done that. I don't think, they own the IP, so they can literally do whatever they want, and they'll continue to do that. They do that with Fallout 76 as well. So yeah, it's one of those things. I saw some people in the chat being like, "I'm canceling my subscription." I don't know. Don't throw the toys out the pram. Yeah, it could be compelling.
Hello, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to talk to all of you about the story and the adventures you'll experience in the new Gold Road chapter. I was the lead for the High Isle and Greymoor chapters, as well as the Murkmire DLC, and I'm having a lot of fun adding to the Elder Scrolls universe. Every part of Tamriel is unique and has its own emergent storylines, and Gold Road is no different. The Westweald region lies just east of the Gold Coast. Ruled by the Colovian Count Calantius, it is an independent nation allied to the Imperial forces currently occupying nearby Cyrodiil, and it is under attack. Sweltering jungles replaced a third of the Westweald seemingly overnight. While the Wood Elves in the region seem friendly and as bemused by the situation as the displaced Imperials, Count wants to find out what happened and how he can keep from losing any more of his realm. Surprisingly, however, this Dawnwood jungle overgrowth isn't the most pressing concern for you and your fellow adventurers. Laramil the Wise, an ally...
Someone just put in the chat, Liam Walsh, Ethelia, known as the Mistress of the Untraveled Road, the Unseen and Fate Changer, is the Daedric Prince of Paths, whose existence was erased from the memory of all beings by Hymir. Oh my god, that actually makes sense for the last storyline we experienced. Dude, that's wild. And that's why the Daedric, what's his name? The guy we saw in the trailer who stole the staff is trying to free her because he's the only one who remembers. That's actually a very compelling story. What is the, can you give me the where's that quote from on the wiki? But what's the reference? Where's that from? I'm really interested. Post that for me.
Ally of Hermaeus Mora is back. She's investigating the reappearance of Ethelia, the Forgotten Prince, who was introduced at the end of the Necrom chapter. Laramil reveals that scions of Ethelia are searching the Westweald for her, wreaking havoc in the region. They believe that the Forgotten Prince had some connection to the Aliads who once dwelt in the ancient ruins scattered throughout the zone. These scions are desperate to help Ethelia recover her memories and powers and show no mercy to anyone who gets in their way. Reality itself is under attack, and no one knows exactly how or why the Forgotten Prince has returned. It's been a very long time in any Elder Scrolls game since we delved into the nature of a new Daedric Prince. What effect will the appearance of this long-forgotten prince have on the Westweald, Tamriel, or Nirn itself? How indeed can a Daedric prince be forgotten? More importantly, how can you, the adventurer, counter Ethelia's effect on the Westweald?
Honestly, quite a compelling storyline, and it's actually interweaved in the last chapter, Necrom. So if you haven't played that yet, now's a good time. I think it will be on ESO Plus after today's video, I assume. Included in it.
I'm not going to tell you. At least not yet. You have to play Gold Road to find out. But don't worry. In addition to the eccentric Laramil the Wise, you have some new and returning allies to help you unravel these mysteries. There's Baragon, ex-adventurer and brother to Evely Sharparrow, and Tribune Alia Idolus, a brash Colovian centurion working for Count Calantius.
She looks cool.
Outside the main story, we're bringing back the vampire Fënorian of the Ravenwatch, Khajiit investigator Mizik Thunderboots, and a few other fan-favorite allies to also help you in your journeys. There's political intrigue rivaling the tales told in Orsinium and High Isle, supernatural threats on the same scale as Somerset and Greymoor, assaults on the Westweald as powerful as any fiery dragon attack in Elsewhere, or Daedric Dark Anchor invasions from the base game long ago. Players can choose how they progress the main story of the Gold Road as well. There's a non-linearity to the questline similar...
Dude, what? There's non-linearity to the questline? That's very unusual for Bethesda games. Normally the questline is just one... Like, you could literally go through the questline just pressing, like, the options, and you'd always kind of end up following the same path through the entire quest. If you haven't played the Elder Scrolls Online, it's very much like that. There's kind of like the illusion of choice. You can make certain decisions, but in reality, it doesn't actually affect the course of events. I'm really interested in what he's going to say now.
Similar to that presented in Hrothgar and Necrom. You'll have to follow the threads to see just where they take you. And over everything is the threat of the forgotten Daedric Prince, and her minions. There's something for everyone, all along the Gold Road.
What's up?
The threat of the forgotten Daedric prince and her minions. There's something for everyone, everything. Threads to see just where they take you. And over everything is the threat of, well, there's a non-linearity to the questline similar to that presented in Hrothgar and Necrom. You'll have to follow the threads to see just where they take you.
Oh, that was it.
And over everything is the threat of the forgotten Daedric prince and her minions. There's something for everyone, all along the Gold Road. I'm looking forward to seeing how you fare. Good luck and happy hunting in the Westweald.
I don't think it's as branching as I thought it was.
Since ESO's launch, we've added a ton of new areas for players to explore across all corners of Tamriel and even the realms of Oblivion. Ed just shared some details about the story in Westweald, so now let's learn about how the team brought this space to life. To tell us more about this world you can explore in the latest chapter, we've invited ESO's art director to share more about this colorful but chaotic part of Tamriel.
Hey everybody, I'm CJ Greb, art director for the Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm pleased to be able to share with you more about the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road's unique zone, the Westweald. For those of you already familiar with Southeast Cyrodiil, this will be the first time you can return to this bountiful part of Tamriel since the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion way back in 2006. The new zone features 3 unique biomes, each with their own distinctive look and feel.
That's sweet.
In the southeast lies the Gold Road, a temperate environment similar to that found on the Gold Coast. It is home to the region's capital city, Skingrad, the bustling center of the zone and linchpin for the Colovian Imperials who call the Westweald home. Towards the southwest, you can find the Dawnwood. Formerly part of the Westweald, this area is now home to the encroaching jungles of nearby Valenwood. In this part of the zone, you'll discover a dense wilderness climate inhabited by advancing wood elves from the settlement of Vashabar.
Oh,
in the north of the Westweald lies the Colovian Highlands, a mountainous region that is home to an imperial settlement and numerous Ayleid ruins.
Love the appearance.
The Highlands' rocky soil and dry climate is ideal for the region's famous vineyards. When designing this new zone, the team wanted to capture a region undergoing a dramatic change. And generally, we try to make every zone in ESO feel unique, so much so that a player can instantly recognize what zone they're in merely by looking around. Combining these ideas led us to paint the biomes in the bright colors of seasonal change.
Yeah,
Highlights of orange, red, and yellow punctuate the Westweald, giving the entire region an autumnal feel. Classic Colovian architecture inspired many of the zone's structures. However, the Colovian Imperials of the Westweald are wealthy and cosmopolitan, so the art team imbued some high-end motifs and designs throughout. Although this of course changes the further from Skingrad you travel. As you explore the zone's rolling hills, rocky crags, bustling vineyards, you'll encounter many Ayleid ruins of various sizes and shapes, and have an opportunity to delve deeper into this part of Tamriel's ancient history.
New cells look really cool.
We got to have a little fun here as we consider these Ayleid ruins less spoiled than other similar locations you may already have visited.
Yeah.
As a result, there are structures and architectural pieces of Ayleid culture you've never seen before.
Nice.
Speaking of things you've never seen before, the dense, humid forests of neighboring Valenwood seem to have taken over a significant portion of the Westweald practically overnight.
That's cool.
This consumption of traditional Colovian territory is cause of some concern for the Imperials, as you might imagine. Even more alarming is the Wildburn, a volatile area that separates the Dawnwood from the Colovian Highlands and Gold Road, comprised of sickened, magically twisted land and even more volatile beasts. While the land itself is changing, it is also under attack from a host of new, unfamiliar foes.
New Daedra.
Daedra, never before.
What is this? It's got like some kind of mirror-plated armor on it. That actually looks sick. There's definitely going to be a mount with this that you can buy for like ridiculous gemstone crown crest thingies.
Seen in the Elder Scrolls roam the countryside, including Shardborn and Aspect.
Oh, this armor set looks really cool. And these weapons, look at that mace. That looks sick. That's also going to be something you can buy, surely. Thank you, Alligator Loki, for the donation, dude. It's looking like Himeris Mora was right so far. I think he was.
Of Athalia that herald from the realm known as Miramore. And if all that wasn't enough, the Wildburn has taken to magically corrupting the indigenous beasts of the land, resulting in danger around every turn.
Can't trust
in the
those
West
tree
Field,
huggers.
We've created a beautiful world in flux, besieged by change itself. It's Imperials meet Wood Elves, meet Oblivion, and it's a world unlike anything we've created previously.
I will say that I think the diversity of all those different biomes and what's going on in each one, how they mentioned it, looks a lot more exciting than, you know, you go to sort of a location in some areas in the Elder Scrolls, like a new chapter's out, or you go to a new zone, and it's like, okay, this one zone is just the same. So they're doing a good job with making each biome, each diverse, you know. I like that. I think that's good.
We can't wait for you to explore it.
I always love when we can share behind-the-scenes info about all the research and care that goes into creating a new zone. Rich, why don't you talk a little bit about what else players will encounter in Westfield?
In addition to the main storyline, the zone contains new delves and public dungeons to explore, side quests to experience.
So, new chapter features Forgotten Daedric Prince story. So that's the main story. The Westfield zone, which is the zone we've just experienced having a look through. Scribbing systems. That's the new system that you can basically, inspired by making your own spells, where you can enhance your character's abilities. We have no idea what this actually is from the description they've given so far. New public dungeons and delves, like caves and little side quests to explore. There's a 12-person trial and a new world event. That sounds cool.
And world bosses to contend with. Everything you would expect from a chapter.
Yeah.
There's also an all-new 12-player trial to challenge your group, and the introduction of a new type of world event.
And of course, there's all kinds of rewards that you can find in the new zone, including new item sets to loot and craft, unique collectibles to unlock, and special antiquities to scry and dig up, and a lot more.
And of course, that's all in addition to the new scribing system.
That's right. In previous chapters, we've added new classes like the Necromancer and most recently the Arcanist. We've also added new gameplay systems that we continually update, such as treasure hunting with antiquities, our deck-building card game, Tales of Tribute, even our housing and furnishing system, and of course...
I wonder if they'll have, like, so in the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, if you didn't play it, the most expensive house in the game was in Skingrad. And look, there's a picture of Skingrad just there on the wall. I wonder if it's going to have, like, the most expensive house in the game, too.
Companion system, which allows you to bring an ally to fight alongside with you. This time with Gold Road, we're adding a new way to further tweak your builds just how you want them.
Oh, here we go.
We know everyone's been waiting patiently for more information on this new system, so let's kick it over to Kira to explain exactly how it works.
Okay, here we go. This is what we wanted to hear about.
Play Your Way is one of Elder Scrolls Online's biggest pillars, and we're always looking to give our players even more ownership over their characters and their skills. For scribing, our system focus was around roleplay and choice. We wanted to give our players the power to customize skills to enhance their roleplay. And how
I'm just like, one of the things I find with MMOs is there's always, like, you know, you'll have someone who's just really smart will come in and theory craft the best setup for the mage for DPS, the Nightblade for DPS, or the tank build for the Dragon Knight or something, and everyone will just use those setups and you'll just copy it, and that'll be like, there's always a best way to do something. So even though these systems are like diverse and have, you know, different things, we haven't seen what they are yet. I'll let it play in a second, but I just feel like that's kind of what it always ends up being. I don't know how you solve that problem. I think it's impossible. There'll always be a best something, but yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing. I just think it's interesting observation.
have more agency in choosing and creating those skills that are right for them. With scribing, we've created a new ability for every weapon skill line, and a few more.
What?
Each of these new skills, or grimoires, has customizable elements that you can swap out to suit you.
So, grimoires. Cast time is instant on self. Range 15 meters, radius 8 meters. Don't know how much resource it costs. Shoot the ground with an enchanted arrow while using the force of the shot to gracefully leap backwards. So it basically adds a new skill. So you can essentially like collect skills for different characters. So for example, the Warden in PvP struggles because it doesn't have like a big sort of move ability unless you take like a certain weapon skill line, which isn't really efficient to most builds, or it was like this. So you could use something like this to allow that character to have like a bit more movement in PvP, which would kind of remove its weakness. And there's a lot of things here. Grimoires: physical, venom, fire, bleed, immobilize. Ooh, that's going to be funny. Taunt, restoration. So I guess these are going to apply to PvP and PvE, or maybe they'll be disabled for PvP, I don't know. Snare, recovery, mobility, hawkeye, damage over time, defiance, restoration over time, force, savagery and prophecy, exhibition, which is speed, movement speed, vulnerability, maim, lifesteal, evasion, off balance. So you see expedition on like, yeah, certain characters in PvP is just like infinitely useful. This is we're gonna break the game with this.
Your needs while maintaining a fun and balanced experience. Every
Balanced.
grimoire has a base function, the thing it always does. For example, the new Bow Grimoire, Vault, has you shoot the ground with an enchanted arrow, creating an area of effect, and then backflip out of danger, enabling a quick tactical fire and escape ability. But you can personalize it from here. Every scribe skill also has 3 script slots, a primary
slot, which is, so these are the different slots that you can add into effects that you add to the ability. Because obviously that, like, if you add different effects, certain things are going to increase the cost more, which is probably going to explain in a second anyway. But one of the interesting things to me is like you could just use that as a displacement ability in itself. Is very useful.
Primary, secondary, and tertiary, which allow you to change the ability's specifics.
Yeah.
Want to double down on poison or bleed? Set one of those as the primary script of Vault, and now that's the damage type of its AoE. Primaries determine the main effect of the skill and its resource cost.
Yeah, so it affects its resource cost. One of the interesting things to me, though, is like there's certain classes that have specific weaknesses and way to outplay them in like PvP, for example, or even like why you would need other people in your group. But now I can almost complement my weakness with adding something like this, where a class might really lack dot damage, and then I can add it on my Grimoire skill. I wonder how you get Grimoires as well.
But perhaps you're more of a ranged healer character. Keep it ally focused and customize Vault with a heal primary and add either a heal over time or stamina recovery secondary for any allies in that area of effect.
That's cool.
Secondaries are about individualizing that skill to better match with your build or roleplay. This is where we have more unique effects that tie into the identity of the parent skill line. For example, a unique bow secondary gives the player a stack of the Hawkeye bonus, increasing damage on their other bow abilities for a short duration.
Nice.
Finally, you're able to add a buff or
Oh, mate, imagine that on some of those bow abilities. You could just absolutely, I don't know what the increases are, but
debuff to Vault as its tertiary effect. Perhaps minor maim, minor expedition, or minor vulnerability. That is a lot of ways to customize just this skill, and we have even more scripts and combinations to be revealed in the future.
Because is that just the available ones for that Grimoire skill, I wonder? I think they're about to tell us how you get them. Because I'm just thinking like, okay, they're all minor, but like imagine if there was like a way for you to get like major exhibition and all this other stuff, so you know, you'd just be like unstoppable potentially. They probably thought about that,
But scribing isn't just a system for tinkering with skills. It's also an exploration into the ancient origins of magic, following the legacy and discovering the secrets of the mage who first learned to manipulate those energies. You'll need to own the Gold Road chapter to unlock the system.
Oh no, that's going to be such a... Like, you have to buy the chapter or you're not going to be competitive in PvP. A lot of people complain about this. And I obviously understand why they do it. It's a business. But like, you're just going to be left behind if you don't have access to this. You're going to have to buy this expansion to be competitive. Otherwise, people would just have access to those extra skills. I assume are going to be pretty powerful, some of them. There'll definitely be like a best in slot that you'll need for like, I don't know, certain trials or guilds or, you know, run times in dungeons and obviously PvP. That's really interesting. But the one thing that I was a bit worried about is the fact that I remember for like to unlock scrying in the Elder Scrolls Online, you had to do like the most ridiculous long ass quest. And then like I leveled up the skill to max level and it was great. I was like treasure hunting and having like a really fun time after leveling up and doing the whole quest line. But if I ever wanted to do it on another character, you just can't, like, you just wouldn't bother, sort of thing. Was it scry? No, it was a certain. No, sorry. It was the skill that was in a chapter. There was a big quest line to unlock the skill line. I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't the digging for treasure one. It was something else. Someone was saying in the chat.
One more thing. When we were deep into this customization headspace, we loved the idea of having our skill visuals better reflect our players' roleplay goals, and perhaps feel a bit fresh if they've been playing for a while. When Gold Road and Scribing launch, we'll also be adding a select number of skill styles. These styles are color variants of popular abilities from weapon, guild, and world skills, like...
That's really cool. I do think, like, you know, in terms of if someone's doing a certain animation, sometimes you can block it before they do it, sort of thing. But this is obviously going to, you know, if I want to customize my, how many skills does a Nightblade have, like 30 or so skills plus weapon lines, I'm going to probably spend a lot of money. But this looked cool. This I'll pay for the sparkly effects.
Wall of Elements will have a new purple version, Trap Beast orange, and Mage Light a green option, so that when you equip those abilities, you'll be able to select which version you want to see. By the way, in Gold Road, all of these skill styles will be earnable as in-game rewards.
Oh, so you don't have to buy them from the cash shop. Or at least, I guess the first ones will be, but maybe the future ones won't. I don't know.
We have a lot more planned for skill styling in the updates after the chapter 2. We can't wait to share more about scribing and styling with the ESO community in the coming months, and see what new metas, builds, and more come out.
It's gonna be fresh.
See you soon.
Gonna be very fresh. What do you guys think about that?
Scribing looks like it has the potential to really change the way our players play the game.
We definitely believe it will.
Yes, it was the Sigic skill line. Thank you. There was this one ability that was meta, and I needed it on this character build. I had to go through the entire quest line, which took me like several hours, and I'd already done it, so it was kind of boring. And just to get that one skill on that character, that was what annoyed me about it. I don't like an entire quest line to unlock a skill line. Even if it makes sense for the lore reason, you should almost just like I'd rather be able to buy it like the Sky Shards after you've already got them. Though I don't even spend money on that kind of stuff, but it's just an easier option, isn't it? Like after you've done the quest once, you should just be able to like unlock the skill that you already paid for or did, you know? That would be good. It does sound complicated, but I think a lot of players would be excited for that because they need that extra level of depth in the gameplay. So I think it's actually good. New players will just follow a guide.
Well, and scribing gives our players a level of flexibility with their builds they've never seen before in ESO.
Yeah.
The new customizable abilities can be used by any class, allowing players to maximize an aspect of their build or perhaps give them a new way to fill a gap. And the system also provides a brand new avenue to customize their visuals too. We know just how important fashion is to our community.
Well, the good news is you won't have to wait too long to play because scribing arrives with the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road on June 3rd for PC and Mac and June 18th for Xbox and PlayStation consoles. And it's available to pre-purchase now. You can visit elderscrollsonline.com for more details.
Not far away at all.
Now, as many of you watching might expect, this chapter isn't the only major release in 2024.
There is a lot coming this year. We're kicking things off in March with Update 41 and our newest dungeon DLC pack, which includes 2 new dungeons, Oathsworn Pit and Bedlam Vale. These 2 dungeons will have you explore a training ground for the followers of Malakath and a secret vault within the demi-realm of Maelstrom. Both dungeons help set the stage for the upcoming chapter release and storyline. These dungeons will be available in normal and veteran modes and have their own veteran hard mode difficulties with all the unique rewards you'd expect, including new item sets and collectibles. And as always with these DLCs, these new challenges can be purchased in the in-game Crown Store or they come free as part of ESO Plus.
If you want to first look at these new dungeons, be sure and tune in to our next ESO live stream as we'll be joined by lead encounter designer Mike Finnegan to share all the details about this upcoming dungeon DLC.
That's not all we have going throughout 2024 either. Update 43, which is scheduled to arrive in August, will be another base game update similar to what we did in 2023.
Okay.
And that includes a host of bug fixes and quality of life improvements, with some pretty exciting features, including something housing related. And finally, Update 44 will close the year out by introducing 2 new in-game companions, and something we're not quite ready to reveal yet, but
2 new in-game companions and new PvP related feature. Oh my god, there's going to be so many people who will lose their minds and super happy about that. But I don't know, like, you kind of said don't get too excited. I don't know, like.
Introducing 2 new in-game companions, and something we're not quite ready to reveal yet, but to all our PvP-minded players, you might want to pay particular attention to this update.
Well, you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for more information on our plans as the year progresses. Okay, we've gone over so much already, but as with any major chapter release, there's a ton of in-game rewards you can get when you pick up Gold Road. Let's find out more about the various additions and pre-purchase rewards for the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road with community managers Jess and Kevin.
Let's have a look at
Hi everyone, I'm
bonuses.
Jess Folsom, ESO's lead community manager, and I'm joined by my fellow community manager, Kevin Bully. We're here to tell you a little more about the new Gold Road chapter, its additions, and pre-purchase rewards.
Thanks, Jess, and hey everyone. As mentioned, the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road arrives this summer on PC and Mac, and on Xbox and PlayStation consoles. However, you can pre-purchase the chapter right now on ElderScrollsOnline.com and unlock in-game items, which we'll cover in just a minute. But first, let's talk about the different versions of Gold Road.
Right. Depending on
you can get this looks sick, this pack. Deluxe upgrade pack. What kind of cool skins? I want the sparkly horse skin.
on your history with the Elder Scrolls Online, there's bound to be an edition of Gold Road that suits you.
Yeah,
if you're an existing player, the upgrade versions may be just right.
If you're a new or returning player, the collection might be a good fit. It includes the ESO base game.
Oh look, so this one comes with the base game and all of the other downloadable contents. But if you get ESO Plus, I will like if you got like the Gold Road Standard Edition, which has the new chapter, then you just get ESO Plus. You get these previous chapters anyway as part of the base game while you're subscribed. So actually, that could be a better way of doing it.
All 7 previous chapters and the new Gold Road chapter at launch.
Money, boys.
That means the collection will allow you to begin your adventures in Tamriel right now and play the new chapter once it launches.
Both the Gold Road upgrade and collection are also available in deluxe editions, which includes a bounty of additional in-game items, theme.
Ooh, okay, so we've got a new memento, which is like a little animation thing, a new pet, which is just another dog. What's going on with that bit of skin there? Looks like he's been in a battle. New emote pack, you can just be standing in grapes. Have you seen that video where that lady's like in the grapes and then she falls off and then makes a funny sound? That's what it reminds me of whenever I see grapes. A new mount. Where's my sparkly mount? That would be like an Apex mount that I have to pay like 400 gems for. The last time I did that, it didn't go well. New outfit style. But what is that? It kind of looks a bit like the one from Elsewhere when you were with the Khajiit character that I can't remember his name.
Themed around the Westweald and Skingrad regions, including a unique pet, memento, outfit style, emote pack, and first of its kind mount, all of which are granted at chapter launch.
I just get the standard edition.
Whichever edition of Gold Road you choose, there are several pre-purchase rewards you can unlock.
So the standard pre-purchase one comes with a crown crate, a new raven pet. The raven looks cool. I like pets that fly, especially ravens. Some kind of Nord-looking wilderness lady costume. In-game rewards. Just a treasure map, I guess. A mount and another pet. I mean, the mount looks alright. Obviously, this is just if you pre-order, which I will do probably because I don't think they'll send me the game. I play it every year, but they never send it to me for free. I have to buy it every year.
These include a striking new costume, pet, and crown crate delivered at launch, and instant in-game access to the spectacular wolf mount. For a limited time, if you pre-purchase Gold Road, you'll get instant access to this matching wolf pup pet, so don't miss out.
You can pre-purchase the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road right now on ElderScrollsOnline.com or select retailers for PC and Mac, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Of course, we have a lot of exciting releases, in-game events, and community fun lined up for the Elder Scrolls Online between now and chapter launch too.
You'll be able to explore 2 new dungeons launching along with Update 41. You can get...
I wanted this cool reflective armor looking stuff. And this armor set also looks cool too. What is this spider creature coming down from the sky? That looks sick.
A first look at these new dungeons and Update 41 by helping us test it all on the PC and Mac public test server in just a few days. Then, this spring, ESO will introduce the prologue quest for Gold Road. This free quest line sets up the events of the upcoming chapter and is available to anybody who owns a copy of the Elder Scrolls Online.
It's continued on from Mora, I guess. Look at all the DLCs they've made. That looks stunningly beautiful. Murkmire's one of the best ones. And also, where is it? Stonethorn. There should be one like Skyrim. Greymoor is the other really good one. The Dark Brotherhood's a good fun to do as side content. And the Thieves Guild as well. That added some really cool core systems to the game that I really enjoyed.
If you'd like to check out some of ESO's past DLCs and chapters for free, then now is your chance with the ESO Plus free trial, live right now on all platforms. There's also a ton of fun in-game events lined up over the next few months, including the now live Guilds and Glory celebration, then the White Strikes Mayhem PvP event, and of course, the fan favorite Jester's Festival. Starting right now with the Guilds and Glory celebration, you can earn the Moloch Ball Illusion Imp Pet, as well as its morphs over the course of 2024.
Why have you
it's the perfect companion to get you in the celebratory mood as we head into the incredible 10th anniversary celebration for the Elder Scrolls Online. To learn more about this year's morphing collectible, check out our preview article on the official ESO website. We've grown in so many ways since ESO first launched. With international community managers across 15 unique territories and 7 officially supported languages, this massive celebration of ESO and its community is our biggest one yet. And it will include many in-person events around the world. As Matt mentioned earlier, the fun kicks off with our first in-person event in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and continues all the way into 2025 with our largest in-person event in the US yet. We hope to see you at one of them. Check ElderScrollsOnline.com for the details on our upcoming Q1 Dungeon DLC, the in-game events, and our 10th anniversary plans.
I think.
We have big things ahead.
We can't wait for you to join us as we celebrate 10 amazing years of the Elder Scrolls Online together.
All right, so let's recap. We've revealed ESO's upcoming chapter, The Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, and shared what kind of adventures and features you can expect when it launches June 3rd for PC Mac and June 18th for Xbox and PlayStation consoles.
This includes a new zone, the Colovian region known as the West Weald, which is a storyline that features the return of a forgotten prince, Athelia. And of course, the brand new scribing system, which allows you to unlock and customize special skills for all your characters.
And don't forget, ESO Gold Road is available for pre-purchase today. We've got a lot planned for ESO's 10-year anniversary, which includes a host of in-person events, starting with the ESO 10-year celebration in Amsterdam this spring. Make sure to RSVP if you haven't already done so. From all of us here at ZeniMax Online Studios, thank you for watching. Keep an eye out on our social channels and ElderScrollsOnline.com for more information on everything we've covered today. And don't forget to tune in next week for a first look at Update 41. We can't wait to share more details with you on the upcoming Gold Road chapter, anniversary celebration, and more later this year.
Thanks again for joining us today, and we'll see you all next time.
Let's go back to this awesome trailer, which was around
Pick and choose what fits your virtual life in Tamriel. And later this year, we'll hit an amazing...
We're going to rewatch this.
Tamriel.
Here we go. So what do you guys think of that? I thought it was pretty awesome. I think the new skill systems being added are pretty compelling. I think the story looks pretty interesting. In fact, I feel like the Himeris Mora chapter from last year felt like just a whole setup to this, really. You know, I felt like that story when I was playing it. I only played the first half so far. I need to play the second half, but felt like the first half was just kind of like didn't have like a satisfying conclusion to it. Like I normally find there's a bit of a sort of an epiphany satisfaction ending to the midpoint of the chapter, first part, and then the second part has like another ending. And I felt like didn't really have that. So I can now understand why that was, because this looks like the penultimate ending, which is spread across 2 chapters. If you're going to play an MMO, ESO is the way to go. Yeah. I mean, I love the Elder Scrolls. So for me, it's like, oh, well, I like the IP. So everything being immersed in Elder Scrolls universe with lore and stuff, it's just much more enjoyable to me than playing an MMO that might be mechanically better, but isn't necessarily, or even graphically better, but just doesn't have the lore and the familiarity to me. I think that's what you get with the Elder Scrolls Online, just like really cool Elder Scrolls stories. Just found a group. Oh, you still have long waiting times for the dungeons. Yeah, that's always been an issue, depending what you need to queue for. If you're going to play an MMO, yeah, for sure. Why is the new DLC always $40, but the collection is $60? Like, shouldn't the new DLC be 20 then? No, because they know that like everyone brought it last year, so you know they're kind of like trying to upsell you all their old content. So it's just like a standard marketing tactic, really. It makes sense. Just saying, if you're new to the game, now's a great time to jump in because you get all our old content added in. Even though if you just subscribe to ESO Plus, which is cheaper, you can test out all that old content and see if you like it. I think that's a better way of doing it, instead of buying the like big collector edition. But you know, either way, it's like a cool entry point. You don't want to pay for a subscription, but I feel like you need one to sort of get into Elder Scrolls Online properly. You're skeptical about joining the game. Is it worth it? Oh, definitely. Like, there's so many stories to experience. You can play it like a single-player game, and it's really enjoyable. Some of the stories are definitely better than others, but you know, then if you want to experience the MMO side of things, there's lots of groups, dungeons, and guilds and things to do. And that's all been well established. So yeah, pretty good. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here, but thank you for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful evening, and goodbye.